Blog Talk Radio.
I feel like this all the time, trying to politically awaken people that they're being lied to, that there's an agenda. It's not left or right. It's, hey, there's mind control going on. The signal's broadcast 24 hours a day through all this media. Just become aware of it, and they'll say there's nothing going on. And I want to say, put on these glasses or start chewing concrete.
They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth.
The question is, do we all work for central bankers? That's what I want to address to our guest tonight.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
An estimated 50 to 70 million Americans suffer from a sleep disorder or sleep deprivation.
Outside the limit of our sight, feeding off us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners.
Latest census numbers prove the United States has the biggest gap between rich and poor compared to all westernized countries today.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.
That for the first time in all of human history, mankind is politically awakened. That's a total new reality.
I've got one that can see.
We can't be the only ones who can see.
Unfortunately, you've grown up hearing voices that incessantly warn of government as nothing more than some separate, sinister entity that's at the root of all our problems.
It's a new morning in America. Fresh.
Walk into this room at your own risk, because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach the destruction of human freedom. But like every one of the super-states that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
I appeared before the Congressional Committee to tell what I knew of activities which I believe might lead to an attempt to set up a fascist dictatorship.
A part of that plan, of course, is to induce the gradual surrender of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations, of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example. The consequent willingness of the American people to allow the steps of appeasement by our government, which amount to a piecemeal surrender of the rest of the free world and of the United States itself.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN founders.
I had planned another closing message, but I feel compelled to say what I'm about to say. Now, I risk sounding like a conspiracy theorist, but it's no longer a theory. What I'm about to say is fact. The secret organizations of the world power elite are no longer secret. They have planned and are now leading us into a one-world communist government.
On the outskirts of the national capital today, black limousines with darkened windows converged on a hotel where private security guards imposed ironclad control. The limos carried royalty, political power brokers, and industrial titans to a secret meeting that will last all weekend. It's known as the Bilderberg Group. Could their objective be world domination?
Money from our treasury is now being spent for this effort. We will have a new currency and a new constitution modeled on the Soviet Union's constitution. Our rights will not be inalienable, but they will be granted by government who can also take them away. This is terrorism of the most worst kind, brought on you by our own government. The strongest, freest nation in the history of mankind will be averaged into world communism.
Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is a very real prospect of a new world order. It is a big idea. A new world order.
A new world is emerging. It is a new world order. The new world order is emerging. A new world order can be created. New world order.
The new world order.
New world order. The new world order.
The new world order.
New world order. New world order. New world order. A new world order.
And the hope that each of us has to build a new world order.
Движение в другом направлении, к новому мировому порядку.
I think even that does not describe why the world has changed so much and why the world has turned so much towards a new world order and a new kind of civilization.
France intends to pursue together with all people of goodwill around the world this battle to build a new world order of the 21st century.
It's about the defeat of Europe and a new world order. A new world order.
The new world order.
New world order.
A new international order.
New global order. President Obama and British Prime Minister Gordon today calling for a new world order.
Is this some sort of a new world order, which Gordon Brown kind of alluded to?
God is setting up a new world order, and his plan includes you.
In an era of globalization, of political interdependence, where the world is ever more swiftly opening up, and the cliché about a global community becomes an economic, political, often social reality. In this new world,
British Prime Minister Brown today declared a new world order is emerging. We want to know what you think, so our poll question is, are you excited that a new world order is emerging, or are you concerned about America's sovereignty?
What is this new world order all about? It is about a reversal of the American Revolution. American Revolution was a bunch of farm kids and get them working in blacksmith shops and working at other jobs, standing up to the greatest army on earth in places like Lexington and Concord and saying to the whole world that forever, no matter what happens, we Americans will decide here and decide for ourselves our own destiny. The New World Order is the reversal, the overturning of that revolution. That's what the end goal is. America is a rich province, part of their New World Order. But I give you my word, if ever I stand up on that east wing of the Capitol and take my oath as President of the United States, when my hand goes up, their new world order comes crashing down.
In the near future.
All right, everybody. Joseph Gibson podcasting here, Greensboro, North Carolina. And, of course, we can see right now that most likely America is finished, done, over with. The American experiment is over. And you'll see the Biden clan come in there and, Kamala Harris there. And when we remember correctly, I knew Kamala Harris was going to be in there somewhere because we called her office dozens of times when she was, not while she was running as VP, when she was the senator there. If you remember correctly, we called her office many, many times and asked what does she stand for? And we know what she stands for, confiscating your guns. Though your guns will be confiscated, they will be taken. They said it. They said it on this show. They're going to take your guns, period, end of story. No, they're just not going to register. You're going to register them and this and that. They're going to take them, okay? Period, end of story. You may get maybe a slingshot. Maybe you can hunt with a slingshot. Yeah, bow and arrow, not even a bow and arrow. They don't like crossbows, I think she said. No more police departments. Defund the police. We got to defund them, and no more police departments. We don't need them anymore. We don't need law and order. We don't need the Constitution. We need a Green New Deal, and that means no more start that engine, no more combustible engine. Nope, that's it. That's a thing of the past. No more air travel. Nope. Yeah, this is what they stand for. This is what they want. Kamala Harris, Biden, this is what they are going to get. Okay? And they're going to raise taxes, they said. They're going to raise them. Oh, yeah. Well, they have to. I don't know how they're going to, pay for all this stuff, this Green New Deal and everything. How do you think they're going to get it? Well, they're not going to get it. They're going to try to implement it, and they're going to go regulation upon regulation. You thought Obama took a good whack at us? Okay? You thought Obama did? Well, he was pretty bad there. I remember everybody stomping their feet about Obama. He's not my president. Yeah, well, he screwed up the healthcare system pretty good, didn't he? It's all screwed up. We went over that a million times. Now they're just going to finish it off. You're all finished. You're all done. That's right. That's it, period. End of story. And look, how can a guy who shows up at a rally, okay, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, shows up at a rally, and he has 13 people there, and then the other guy shows up, Trump, he's got 56,000 people there, but it's a close call. The state's a close call, and he's going to lose it. Come on. How could that be? If I was running for anything at all, I don't care, captain of the football team, and I had 50,000 people show up for me, or at one stadium, and then the other team had 13 people show up. Who's more popular? Who do you think? Who do the people support? So what the hell is going on? What the hell is this flat screen brainwashing nonsense talking about? Does anybody know out there? Does anybody know? Well, there's still hope. He's still hope. He's going to file a lawsuit. Come on, man. There's a lawsuit. Lawsuit for what? Oh, basically, we're done. The Republic is done. It's finished. It's over with. Period. Now you have to fight. Now it's no longer understanding the times in which we live today. Now we understand the times that we're in today. Now what are you going to do about it? Because if you're not going to do nothing about it, then just, take your microchip soon, because that's what's going to happen. That's the end goal here, to chip you like the animals you are, and implement their global government. The sovereign countries out there, America, the sovereign country there that we are, its sovereignty will be lost, and we're going to unite with Canada and Mexico. And, we've heard it all before. We've been over this 1,000 times. We're going to go into our global system. The economy is going to crash. The global markets are going to crash. This pandemic is really going to do it. They're ramping it up. They're gearing up. Look, those writers are writing the stories now to talk about this flu virus. What do they call it now? COVID. This COVID-19. They're writing the stories, getting ready to scare the shit out of you, because now the flu is kicking in and the COVID-19. Now it's double whammy, and people are just dropping. Maybe they need to get that ship back here. Remember that ship that was sailed over to where was it over there in the harbor up there in New York? There, remember that ship? How many people actually got treated on that ship? Does anybody know? It's all big nonsense. It's all nonsense, man. It's all one big ball of shit. It's nonsense. And there's a lot of it out there. You know, I mean, I'm sure people did vote for Biden, and they're a bunch of jerks and idiots. Every single one of them you talk to. Any liberal you talk to, they are complete jackasses. Simple as that. Fact. You cannot have a conversation with a liberal, with any type of Democrat whatsoever. You cannot have any type of conversation. It could be about anything. And if you're a conservative type of view, or you're a constitutional guy like myself, you know, a Constitution Party guy, you talk to a liberal, you'll end up in an argument. And most times you really want to strangle them, you know, but you walk away. You know, but are you going to continue to walk away? I mean, they're smashing on your cars. They're surrounding your car in cities now. They're looting apartment buildings. They're going into the suburbs now. These bastards, these Antifa scumbags. You know, I mean, they're all over the place. Now they're burning down the cities across America. You know, Biden's going to fix it, right? I mean, he's our new savior, right? Like Obama. Remember that? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You know, Superman there. You know. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what's your thoughts out there? I want to hear about what you think is going on. What do you think the next step is for these criminals, these central bankers out there? Because we know they're the ones that are really calling the shots. We work for central bankers, and they're the ones printing the money, and they're in charge of the economy. You know, give me control of a nation's currency, and I care not who writes the laws, right? Who said that? The Rothschild gang there said that, right? I mean, if you control the money, you don't have to worry about the laws. You own the judges, you own everything else. So what's on your mind out there, everybody? Let's see here. Oh, one of my favorite there buddies here. He's calling in here. Let's get to him. He's been a while since he's been on the show. We'll see what he has to say. He's one of these Black Lives Matters people that, you know, he's one of the leaders of this group, one of these organizations that want to burn down the cities and flip over police cars, and we don't, you know, and stuff like that. I think this is him, so we'll see. Go ahead there, buddy. Go ahead. 302, we know who it is, Mr. Mandela Khan. Go ahead.
Well. This must be a broadcast from 3 years ago, as this guy is speaking out of the east end of a horse's ass of Uncle Scam. I am Black Lives Matter. I want to burn and loot and pillage. Why, you lying dick whisper of Uncle Scam.
Well, you said it, not me.
Bring you up to speed. It was my understanding that it was Donald Trump who won last night's selection process, right?
I don't know. What I hear, I don't know. I thought Biden won. That's what I've been hearing. Am I wrong? I don't see. What's Biden? What's Trump filing lawsuits for then?
Okay. I don't know where you're getting your script from, but like I said, you are delusional and schizophrenic. And
well, you're not a Black Lives Matter guy. You're not Black Lives Matter. You didn't come on this show and say you're support. You run the show or whatever for these people, and you're all for them, you didn't say that.
Well, let me say this, and for those that's listening, I know there's a lot of good people out here. There is no third-party ventriloquist or interpreter, no negotiations or no silly-ass questions. What I say, I mean, and I mean what I say, and I speak on behalf of the total recall of the matriarch, Class Action 567, with the red, black, and green to overturn the atrocities of the founding fathers of the Confederate flag that you represent, and the red, white, and blue, and the red, white, and blue. So, whatever you hear this guy try to come behind me and scramble up and try to start a riot and chaos, confusion, that's his usual traditionalism, and it's to be expected from the usual suspect here.
Well, what does Class Action 567 stand for then? What does it stand for? You want to overturn the system. How are you going to overturn the system?
It stands for there is no race, black versus white. It's only wrong versus right. And Class Action 567 speaks volumes to returning the stolen legacy, the property, the loot, the spoils, back to the mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers. Not you or me.
So you want to take my house and give it to a mother or a grandmother?
Not you or me or whatever man that you see was supposed to control the precious resources from Mother Earth. That was always supposed to be in the hands of the mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers. Now,
where does it say that at? Where does it say that at? Where does it say this?
It's damn sure don't say it in your Bible, Torah, and the Quran, the books of the dead.
It don't.
All right, it don't say it there. That's for sure. That's for sure, because that's the stolen legacy that you hid. You put an abstention, you put an idol, but you couldn't abolish it. You thought you could hide it and make sure that nobody will ever learn that he don't have the whole world in his hands, and Atlas don't have the world on his shoulders. That was a lie. It was a lie, and in time constraint, I can prove it, but I'm not here for that. What I'm here for is that we need a multitude of people to come together, because it's not a person. It's the system that has to be overturned. It's not Joe Biden. It's not Donald Trump. The system has to be destroyed. The rotten, filthy social system has to be overturned. And the only way you can destroy what you see is by
system, you said? The social system.
What must be.
You said the social system,
the only
correct?
way
hang on.
that you can
said the social
abolish
system,
and
right?
destroy, the only way that you can abolish and destroy what you see is by establishing what must be. And we are here to recall, the total recall, and establish the proper governments of, for, and by the people, which is the matriarch. And I know that you and your little rascals hate to hear that, because last night you had your usual suspects on and y'all shitted on yourselves with just a thought that my voice was in the ethos. Y'all shitted on yourselves last night at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would not entertain your little cohorts with your fuckery last night. So, you know.
What the heck are you talking about? You're the one that's gone delusional and scammed. Didn't take your medication or something tonight? What are you talking about? Anyway, where is this matriarch? Where is the matriarch? Are they waiting someplace in some office building ready to take power? I mean, what are you talking about here, matriarch? What is
you
this
will
matriarch?
know soon enough. For people in the IP section of special education like yourself, you have to be bought by slowly, you see. What is appearing right before your very eyes. And don't believe your lying eyes if you don't see the women that you can't control no more. You should know it better than anybody, because you have a woman that you have chosen by, and she has lost confidence in you and your Masonic patriarchy under your Bible and God and country. She has lost confidence
in you. I really don't care. How about that?
So,
now listen to this. How about this?
I know you don't.
That doesn't have nothing to do with the political system and the government today. Now,
yes,
we're not going to start pulling up individual cases
Yes, it does.
here. No,
yes, it does, because you will not allow for any
you want to
woman.
be a woman of the world? Let her. Go right ahead. She'll come running back sooner or later. Anyway, listen, the fact of the matter is, where is this matriarch? Where's this matriarch at? That's what I'm saying.
Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. Okay, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller, and Jose Feliciano. You're not going to see what I see. And if you see it, you're going to act like you don't see it. So it don't matter. I'm not here to be vetted, questioned, or interrogated by you, patriarch, Masonic order, to the world of capitalism based on imperialism. That's your orientation, and you are going to die with that, right? So that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But the good thing is that
what happened?
All across the world.
What happened? The record starts skipping. Listen, what's going on here? You're talking about this matriarch and this invisible ghost that's out there. What the heck is the matriarch? What is it?
The invisible ghost is Jesus. That's Casper. That's Uncle Scam. That's Santa Claus. They don't exist, Joe. And you the one acting as though.
They don't exist. They don't exist. What do you mean? What witnesses do you have of this matriarch?
Just what I said.
Again, you don't answer the question.
Said.
Where is this matriarch? Who is this matriarch? Who's representing this matriarch? Who are these matriarch people? Where are they?
You will know. You will know soon enough. Matter of fact,
I've been saying that for 5 years now, and I've been waiting, and they never come around.
No, you haven't been waiting. What you've been doing is putting your roadblock, tackling and fumbling, and causing a goddamn riot at the sound of the word matriarch, because you are a patriarch from the Masonic order, and that's your orientation. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But you're not going to see what I see until you see the masses of people coming to the streets, getting out of their seat and on their feet for freedom and justice and total independence.
Yeah, masses of people burning down their own neighborhoods, flipping over cars.
That's a goddamn lie. That's another goddamn lie. That's not what I'm talking about.
Doing?
That's not what I'm talking about. They learned how to rape and burn down shit from you and your founding fathers. You the one taught them how to do that. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's not true.
How did you manage to loot? How did you manage to loot, rape, pillage, and plunder with your founding fathers concept? That's where they learned it from. They learned it from you and your cohorts, Joe.
If I remember correctly, the people that came over to this country, they were attacked by these savages called Indians, and they just took it to their ass and chased them all the way back. Simple as that.
You're funny.
Yeah, I know.
You're funny.
Well, I mean, what part of history do you not get? I mean, I know the poor Indians. The white man came over here and just stomped them into the ground and raped and killed everybody. And come on, knock it off. You're still on that trip? I mean, come on. Let's talk about here and now. All right. First of all, nobody's taking back nothing. The matriarch, there's no matriarch out there.
And you try to scramble it up. But I want you to lay the map of the world on your table right now, you blind mice. You blind mouse, you. Now, if you lay the map of the world on the table right now, and you keep talking about this white man, I call him the illegal alien European invader, the 13% on the planet Earth, the real 13% of the people, okay? Yep. Now, if you lay the map of the world out, you will see.
Yeah, I know. Here goes your map again. I don't know where this map is. I don't know who publishes this map, this fantasy map that you draw up in your head.
The only nation that you see violating everyone's constitution, their sovereignty and integrity, is this thing called the Eagle and Uncle Scam. No other nation goes from nation to nation destroying the sovereignty and integrity and dignity and independence.
They don't? What about the British Empire? What about
and the red, white, and blue? Other than the Patriot flag and the red, white, and blue, right? Lay them out, and you tell me another nation. You tell me another nation that goes from nation to nation, carjacking, nation jacking, bombing, pillaging, and plundering. Tell me another goddamn nation today, other than Uncle Scam, that does the stuff that y'all people do in this country. Tell me.
Well,
genius. Your turn.
Hamas. Let's see. Osama bin Laden is ISIS people and Al Qaeda people and all these other terrorists that go around bombing innocent people and lynching and hanging, chopping people's heads off for no reason in the name of Allah and their magic carpet that they ride on. Come on. You said name one. I named a couple there. I mean, what do you want to do? Go over all these?
You didn't name. Come on. You didn't name nothing but your script of your terrorist script, because the world knows that the United States government is the enemy of all life, all life on the planet. And as long as this thing can exist, then everyone is in imminent danger.
Wait a second.
And we have a responsibility to fix this.
Be honest with me. Antifa is not terrorist.
I am honest. You can't accept no honesty. You demanding me to be honest with you. Out of all the people, you
is Antifa
tell somebody
a terrorist
to be honest with you.
Well, I know you guys do it to us. The Proud Boys, name the Proud Boys, or you're the white supremacists, this and that. Well, is Antifa a terrorist group? Antifa,
I didn't say nothing about no white. Ain't no such thing as no white supremacy. Where did you get that garbage from? Ain't no such thing as no fucking white supremacy. Where did you get that garbage from?
Social warriors that can't stand the East, this Western civilization, this Constitution that we have. You can't stand it because you never thought of it. You were not smart enough to think of it. You couldn't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand it. It's for a moral. Listen, it's a fact. You can't.
That's a low blow coming from you. That I'm not smart enough. That's a real low blow coming from you. Well, you can't figure it out,
obviously. You can't figure it out.
No, not that I can't figure it out. It's been rejected. Null and void. Not only are you European invaders who came here and set your own Ponzi scheme up, but the Moors who signed contracts and treaties with you, the Moors who signed contracts and treaties with you, they are null and void under the recall of the matriarch of Class Act 567. They are null and void. You understand me?
Well,
and there's not a goddamn thing you can do to bring your republic back because it's dead and gone. Dead and gone. Dead and gone is your republic.
So
never to be seen again.
What's going to replace us then? What's going to replace the Constitution? Tell me. What's going to replace it? What type of system do you have in mind? This matriarch. Again, who is this matriarch?
To bring us out of kill or be killed is going to be the total recall of live and let live in one love. That's the only thing that's going to bring that. Okay?
And one love.
Now.
In one love, yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to work. Yeah. How are you going to implement this?
As a matter of fact, there was a beautiful woman on your line earlier this morning that tells you that the matriarch and Class Action 567 is going to do this, and you and your little clan club, your Ku Klux Klan club last night, you dismissed it like you never heard a goddamn thing she said. Okay? But that's okay. That's okay. That's your script, and you got to do what you do anyway, but you are a minority.
What are
you? You are a minority. You black men and you white men who follow this beast protocol, y'all are finished.
Well, what are you, Mandela Khan? What are you? The majority?
I'm
the majority of what?
I'm the
mental
one.
institution?
I'm the one and only chosen SUN of the matriarch. There was only one man produced like me, and not because of my penis, my money, or how high in the air or deep in the ocean I go, but because of my vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And you are a dead, walking dead individual.
I agree. Anyone that kills white babies should be condemned. You're absolutely correct. I agree.
I never said that. There you go. Go to another caller, because all you're going to do is scramble and start a goddamn riot.
So you don't condone that? I mean, you condone that type of behavior? You condone that type of
that's
behavior?
That's your script. I never said that. That's you. You throwing in what you want to try to make it sound. I never said none of what you said. That's what I said. There ain't no third party or no ventriloquist or interpreter. You can't interpret or be a ventriloquist to what I say, because you're going to twist and try to belie, besmirch, slander, the hell with the message, kill the messenger. That's your motherfucking script.
Mr. Mandela Khan, you come on here and you don't tell me about this matriarch. What is it? You say the women are going to rule over the men. They're already doing that.
I never said that.
They're already
I never
trying
said
to rule over the men. Look what we got.
I never said that. I never said that. The women are going to take control of Mother Earth as it should be, and the good men are going to serve, protect, defend, and build, and use their penis to duplicate themselves with more children. That's a good man.
They're already
the
using
only
their
good
penis,
man
I believe.
is a man that will serve, protect, defend, and build with the matriarch. Other than that, you are a dick whisperer for Uncle Scam. I don't care what color you are, black or white. Don't you love it?
All you're doing is rambling on. You're not giving me any type of
Okay,
idea.
all you're doing is using the rhetoric of dead badges. All you're doing is using the rhetoric of dead republic that never be seen again. So, again, I'm not here to debate with you.
You might be right
you
on
don't
that.
have the credentials to question, debate, or interrogate me. You don't
the
have the
Republic
credentials.
is in trouble.
So I'm not here to debate with you. There's
because
nothing to
we've
debate
allowed,
with. You've
because
lost
we've
already.
allowed these social justice warriors, where everyone wants something for free. These Antifas want to go out there and attack innocent people. They've got this Black Lives Matter groups out there wanting something for free. They want reparations.
And you got that Ku Klux Klan group out there, and you got this white militia out there that ain't doing a damn thing. And you came on just a few minutes ago talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
They're not doing a damn thing.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris has been dismissed last night. You are an ignorant dick whisperer for Uncle Scam. How dare you come on here and talk about Joe Biden?
Calling me names.
And,
instead of having a conversation,
I'm calling
this
you the
is
names
what happens.
you should be.
And I opened up with this, Mandela Khan, if you remember correctly. You cannot have a conversation with a libtard because they just can't have a conversation because you won't have one. As soon as you get back in the corner, you start punching ghosts, and you start spouting off all kinds of weird names and start calling me names and run away mad. And that's what you're about ready to do.
Okay, because I tell the truth. The only reason why I call you Pinocchio Joe because your nose is so long that your nose is stuck up your ass and the shit has clogged your motherfucking nostrils. So how you like that?
There you go.
Okay?
Proving my point.
You're Pinocchio. You're living a lie, man. And you won't admit it. But you will. You're living a lie. Period.
Mm-hmm.
The matter
I'm
is
living
closed.
a lie.
The matter is closed. Go to another caller. Please go to another caller.
Mandela Khan, hang on here. Hang on a second here now. Why? Why do we got to go to another caller? Now listen. Why? Again, what is this? Who are these matriarchs? What is a matriarch? What is it? You're talking about women that are going to run the resources of Earth? How are they going to do this? With what equipment? Well, I mean, what resources are you going to take control of? And then do what with these resources? You're going to say you're going to have 1 gallon of gas. You're going to have 1 gallon of oil. We're going to have women up there in skirts or whatever. I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, let me. I know I got to say it slow. I got to go back to the high people. Here's the deal: all banks, all articles, all assets, all life-giving institutions and resources must be returned to the proper administrations and authorities. That is the matriarch, the mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers, no matter what color they are. All men, you must honor that contract because you are a new kid on the block that thinks you can use your muscles and beat the hell out of children, beat the hell out of the women, and beat the hell out of other nations like you, King Kong on the Empire State Building, beating your chest like you won something. What you won, you won us in the worst human condition ever in the history of the world.
What's the matriarch going to do with China?
And you must stand down. You must stand down and stand by and watch the exigency, the executive order take place. All you men must stand down and stand by. That's the only thing you can do now.
I'm waiting for this to happen. You've been
you
spouting
wait
it
all
off
you
for a
want.
long
Who gives
time.
okay, well, while you wait,
happen.
put an ankle on your ankle and go swimming while you wait, because
I'm just saying.
People, other people,
how is
other
this being
people, we're not
implemented
waiting
today?
on
Your
anything.
policies of controlling the Earth's resources. How is it? I mean, how's this going so far? Are you controlling any gold or silver or any oil or gas?
It's going great.
What's going on?
It's going great because just think, the dynasty that you and your cohorts built is the shortest dynasty ever on the planet Earth. This nation is only 200-something years old.
Is what I
it's
opened
falling.
up with.
It's going down. It's dying, but not yet dead. So it's going great for us because you have no social, moral, redeeming value. There's no way to repent. There's no way to gain some beneficence.
So what happens to us
God.
when the matriarch has total control over everything? What happens to the men out there or people like me, the Pinocchios and everything that you call us or whatever we are?
I told you, and I will say it again, because I know you're a little slow. You will serve, you will protect, you will defend, and use your penis to duplicate yourself with more children. That's what you will do. Anything else, your ass is going to be snatched out of the power. That's the deal. And I'm not going to try to pretty it up for anybody.
How are you going to force me to do all that?
The superior numbers of the people, that means the women, the majority, the children, her old folks, and the men who will stand with them will be the super majority, and we're going to vote in the streets, not behind your Ponzi scheme.
We see how well that's
We're
working
not
out.
going to play that game.
We see how that's working out. I go, let's go up to Martin Luther King
We see
Drive
how
and take a
you
look
are
around
losing
and see how well
power,
that's working
and
out.
it's working good for us. This is a new phenomenon that you can't do anything with, and that is the total recall of the matriarch, which is not new. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Nothing
Any
to
other
stop something when
systems out
time
there?
has come.
Is there any other systems out there, Mandela Khan? Is there any of your sisters from the matriarch out there on the phone line tonight that want to maybe give a different view of this? Because I don't think
haven't the slightest idea, and I don't give a damn. It has nothing to do with me. So you can try to get you some cheerleaders to back up your premise. I don't need to get no cheerleaders. Because what I'm saying,
I don't have any cheerleaders, but I'll ask for some callers if they want to chip. I mean, really, I want to talk
anybody
about
that's on the line, please push one. And speak to the power.
If anyone's
no
out
big
there,
eyes to lose you. Anybody on there, please push one. Please push one. Because I'm going to tell you.
All right. Here we go. We got some takers here. We got some takers. So we'll go ahead and just connect them right now. We connect you live. No screening the calls. Go ahead there, Florida.
Well, I'm just wondering if maybe we should have maybe lost the Revolutionary War. Because, this country, the way everybody thinks, we might be better off under a British rule. You wouldn't have to worry about a president and who's going to vote for who and all this shit. But I did look up a map, and it says a woman who is the head of a family or tribe. So maybe that's what Mandela Khan wants. He wants this vice president become president or something. I don't know. But
it could be. Yeah, Kamala Harris
No, Florida. I want every woman in your local county, city, state, and federal municipality, from the Congo to the Bongo, take your place, moms. It's your time now. I don't give a damn what any man says.
Is there any cities named Congo in America? Or is there any bongos or Congos in America? I mean, what are you talking about, Congo to
From Maine to
Bongo?
Florida, Washington State to California, UK, University of Kentucky, from the Congo to the Bongo. There. I cover every place on the planet Earth. So quit your bullshit.
Every place. I don't know. I like that point, though, Florida, about, hey, if everyone hates America so much, their planes leave all the time. You can go anywhere you want.
That's that Ku Klux Klan bullshit you running right there. Love it or leave it. America. They love it or leave it. First of all, if anybody should leave here, it should be those illegal alien European invaders who set up their goddamn Ponzi scheme based on slavery. Right. That's the ones who should leave here.
What about those African kings over there in the Northwest Africa?
I'm not talking about that. You're not going to scramble up my message.
Well,
anyway,
they don't
Florida,
more slaves than
excuse me for going back and forth with this guy, but it's your time, Florida. My fault. Pardon me.
Yeah, go ahead, Florida. Yeah, go ahead.
I said what I wanted to say, so I was just, maybe imagine what it'd be like if we hadn't won the Revolutionary War. Maybe.
Yeah, what would have happened? What would have happened? Do you think that would have, like, slavery would have never happened?
We wouldn't have a president, for one thing. Because
we wouldn't be having an election today, that's for sure. I mean, what would have happened if the king just kept his tyranny going, over here and just, kept raising the taxes and, we just one big England, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would be enslaved. Yeah. So the founding fathers kind of like broke us away from that enslavement of that tyrannical king, and kind of like unleashed it, right?
Yeah, the Jews have been enslaved for billions of years, right? I mean,
I guess I don't know. Everybody's been enslaved sometime or night. I'm a slave now, actually. So, to this system. So, you got to serve this system. But what do you think of this election, Florida? What do you think? What's going on? What do you hear out there? This guy's telling me Trump won. Did he really win? I thought Biden won.
That's what I've been told to, and I think that I'm this vice president.
Now y'all trying to start a civil war. That's what you're trying to do.
It's going to be worse under Biden, but they're both crooked. I mean, I voted none of the above, and I don't know if that meant anything, but I mean, this.
Well, he says we're trying to start a civil war now. I don't get that, but I don't know. I see another number, a couple other numbers on here. Got some Connecticut people on here. So Florida, I mean, just stay on the line there, will you? Well, let's go ahead, Connecticut. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mandelicon. And Florida. I haven't heard from you in a long time. You know what? That's what we need. We need a good civil war. That's what we really need. And I think it's about to start. That's what I think. Although the American people are a little bit mamby-pamby, but they won't have much of a choice. It'll put everybody in his place. At 4:30 this morning, Michigan received 140,000 mail-in ballots, and Trump was winning prior to that. And those 140,000, they were all for Biden. So I think when the people have finally had enough of these crooks and scoundrels, and I think that's Melicon's point there, that the government is rotten and it is corrupted, in which it is, and we all agree. But it's worked for all these years. What they need to be straightened out and taken care of. And I've said this a few weeks ago. They did it before with ropes and trees, and I think it needs to be done again.
Yeah, right. Well, there has to be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Delcon. You wanted to say something? Or Florida? I'm sorry.
No, I like what the gentleman is saying.
You do. Okay. Well,
this is Bitbanker. I've been on here many times before, just in case you're curious.
So you like what Bitbanker's saying, Mandelicon? Okay, that's great. So, but Bitbanker, you kind of believe in the Constitution, right?
Of course, I believe in the Constitution, but I don't think the majority of our left-wing Democratic Party does. I think we're being taken over by socialists. I mean, look at Colonel Sanders there, Bernie Sanders. You know, he's the one who started all this. You got this AOC whack job out there. She doesn't even know that vegetables grow in the ground, and she's purporting a Green New Deal. You know, I mean, what is their agenda? We don't know. I mean, they went after Trump for 3.5 years for Russian collusion, when the fact is they're the ones that are actually doing the Russia collusion. They can't get anything on Trump. They can't even get him pissing on a stripper. You know, and yet they're out taking money from foreign countries and killing people. People die in their cells. Cameras go off all of a sudden in the most secure prisons in the world. They just go off all of a sudden, and there's no record of it. This government is corrupt. It needs to go.
Yeah, I agree. 978's next. I see 978. You're next. I'll put you on next. Well, the government goes, but what are we going to? You have to have some sort of. What are you going to replace it with? You know, we just can't tear everything down.
We already have the foundation. We just need to get rid of the corrupt participants.
Okay. Yeah. That's true. But the corrupt participants, what are we going to do? Fill the corrupt participants. We're going to take them out and fill their shoes with what? Bernie Sanders? these Peter Pan wearing pants people out there that are the Black Lives Matter people that are running around, social justice warriors talking about, white privilege and crap like that, and what are we going to fill the shoes with?
Well, there's nothing wrong with peaceful protests, but when you start burning down other people's businesses and other people's work that they worked a lifetime for, then we should be able to take the law into our own hands, which we will. And you know what they need? What they need is out there is a couple submachine guns to take care of these people, and it'll stop real quick.
Yeah, well, it would. You're absolutely correct. Let me bring 978 on here to join the conversation here. Everybody just watching background noise. Go ahead, 978. Well,
hey, how you doing, Joe?
Yeah, go ahead. How you doing?
Doing all right. This is Jessica.
Oh, Jessica, how you doing? So. Thanks for joining the conversation. We were talking about you the other night.
My favorite caller.
Yeah.
Great. Hey,
Bitbanker likes you.
Good to hear from you, Bitbanker.
What's that?
And actually, it's good to hear from you, Bitbanker. And it's also, I've enjoyed MandelaCon and Joe going back and forth. It's been extremely entertaining. But anyways, I wanted to give my prediction on what's going to happen. And I've been trying to pay not much attention to what's going on because it's all a distraction and it's all nonsense. And, I've been busy. Anyway, so what I think is going to happen is, they may go to court and all that type of stuff, but I think Trump will end up winning. They'll probably go to court, and what it's going to do is it's going to give people faith in the election system. And what I mean by that is they're going to find out that there was tampering and this, that, and other things, and they're going to be like, oh, well, they figured it out, and Trump won, and they figured out they were tampering with stuff, and then people are going to be like, wow, I have a lot of faith in the system that, if people are doing things that are illegitimate and illegal, that the system's going to figure it out, and they're going to correct it. So that's what I think is going to happen in the long run. And it's going to give people a false sense of security. And I think Trump's entire presidency has been a pacifier and a false sense of security for the people that voted for him.
Well, that's an interesting take on that.
And another thing that I want to point out is the news and politics and all this stuff should never influence your emotions in any way. It should never make you angry. It should never make you happy. It's WWE wrestling. It's entertainment. It is a complete show, and it's not to be taken seriously. It's the same thing as if you were to take WWE wrestling seriously and think it's 100% factual. That would be the same thing as taking American politics or any politics and media and news seriously.
I agree. The press is that's not the press's job to do what they're doing. The press job is to inform people, to inspire the people to be angry at what they report because they expose the facts. Expose the lies and then bring facts to the table. That's what the press is supposed to be there for. Not give, not do a show, a puppet show.
Every institution, like freedom of press, freedom of speech, all this stuff is nonsense because none of it is true. People talk about it all the time, but freedom to this, freedom to that, but it's really non-existent. It has probably never existed. They just tell us that it exists, and we think it does, but it really doesn't. And,
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. But Jessica, you say restore faith in the system. That's the people that believe in the system, obviously, because obviously they have to. You said restore, so they must have believed in the system at one time or another. Mandela Khan don't believe in the system. He never did. And well, the BLM doesn't. So what's going to happen to those people? They're going to start burning down the suburbs?
I mean, why would they stop doing that? They're going to do that no matter what, right? I mean,
yeah.
When Obama was president, didn't they do that then? So, I mean, what would stop them? Because it has nothing to do with, they really feel passionate about this cause and that cause. It has everything to do with them being opportunists. It's like, hey, this is a reason to go, take stuff and steal stuff and whatever. They don't care about any political agenda. So.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I don't know, Mandela Khan's laughing right there. I think, what do you think about the socialist movement, national socialist movement out there, the national white socialist movement out there, those type of people where they want to, they believe in their country, they believe that, what you just said, these people are opportunists. They don't want to work. If they were there working for something and stood for something, then you could say, hey, they got something to stand for. They don't stand for nothing. They're being opportunists. This Floyd guy. This guy or whatever they killed over the summer. They want to burn down. None of that has to do with Floyd. None of that has to do with Floyd or this other guy that got choked or whatever by the police or had a bag put over his head because he was spitting on cops. Or he was mental and nuts. Or this other guy that charged the cops with a knife because he was whacked out of his brain on crack. Whatever it was. None of these riots were because of that. Stealing from the Dollar General store and burning it down has to. That's going to get justice for this guy.
Hey, listen, let me just intervene with you, little blind mice, right quick. As you try to say, well, Black Lives Matter are doing this, doing such and such, they burning and looting and pillaging. Don't believe your lying eyes if you don't see 40 million young white revolutionaries doing that looting, pillaging, and plundering.
They don't call it white revolutionaries. They don't call it that. They call it Black Lives Matter.
It's not the blacks that you two guys are trying to portray that the blacks are the boogeyman. Why is it 40 million young white people will do exactly as I say and destroy this? Why do you think that 40 million young white revolutionaries will do as I say and destroy this goddamn country November 2020? Why do you think 40 million young white people under 40 will destroy the symbol of Christopher Columbus, the symbol of Abraham Lincoln, the symbol of the Confederate flag? It's the young whites who's doing that, not no blacks. So y'all have selective amnesia. You have a distorted view of what's really, really going down on the ground. But that's okay. Go on with your regularly scheduled programming. Go ahead with your bad self.
You know what? I have to kind of agree with Mandela Khan here, and I'll tell you why. He does have a valid point. Because he says that it's not them that are out there doing that. It's, like the little scrawny soy boy white kid that's out there doing it. And if you look at all the videos that are provided, he's right. You do see a lot of that. Those are the ones that are instigating it, that are doing it, that are probably some sort of government agent or informant or something like that, and that were told to do this or that. So he has a point, and you brought up the
Christopher Columbus and the Confederate flag. They're doing that too, and I love it. I love these little bad little white motherfuckers. I love them.
Well, they're really the ones that are doing anything like destructive. Those are going to be government agents or paid government. Like I wouldn't say
provocateurs.
Not necessarily foremen.
Okay, so you're telling me that agent provocateurs are burning and snatching down Christopher Columbus and snatching down the Confederate flag. You're saying those are agents, right? That's wrong. Not true. They're revolutionaries, and we're supposed to destroy the symbols of oppression. We're supposed to do it.
Folks.
And I'm
we.
And I'm mad. I'm mad at Rocky, Jose, Junebug, and Aaliyah, and the Crips and Bloods, who every time they pop off, they popping off at each other. They're not doing that shit. They're not doing it. I'm mad at them.
Because they know that it's not worth it. It's pathetic,
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing, Mandela Khan. You shouldn't let any of this nonsense that is presented to us on the screen, whether it's a TV screen, phone screen, computer screen, whatever, you shouldn't let it aggravate you in any way, because it's all nonsense.
It's not aggravating. It's exciting me. I love it.
Manipulated.
I'm not aggravated by that. I'm aggravated by those who's behind the screens with their digits, gizmos, and widgets sitting on their ass watching television, and they're not in the streets on their feet to shut this nation down so that the rest of the world can live. That's what has to be done. I'm not aggravated. I know that we are on course for something spectacular, whether it's good or bad. I know we are on course for something spectacular. You do too. You just don't know what it is.
Well, as far as like these mainstream news stories that are presented to us, it's very interesting. I don't know if anybody has taken note of this, but I sure have, is every mainstream national news story that they feed us, spoon feed us, it aggravates, no matter what like side of the political spectrum you are, it aggravates both sides equally as much, and it makes both sides think that they are right every time. And how is that even possible? I mean, oh well, did humans, set it up and create it to happen that way? But I think it's something that is beyond human capabilities, because it's so insanely engineered and orchestrated that it's something beyond human capabilities to accomplish that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with what you're saying there. But they don't call these people that are burning down the buildings and everything and flipping over. They call themselves Black Lives Matters, and that's my problem with it. Why did it got to be called Black Lives Matters? Why not, White Lives Matters then? Why has it got to be that, Mandela Khan?
You want to know why? You want to know why it's called that?
Why?
It's so you have to say it every time you mention their organization. You have to say those words, right? That's the whole point. They want you saying that constantly, so it's so people think that there's an issue there when there's not, right?
Yeah.
No, but that's not the reason. That's not the reason. The reason is,
what's the reason, Mandela Khan?
That from
there's
your Bible
multiple reasons.
To those who founded the founding fathers found this country, there is no rights that black people have that white people are bound to respect. That's why black lives don't matter. Because of the two-tiered justice system. In justice, I can go to jail for something, and you will get probation. I can have some controlled substances in my pocket, and I might get life in prison. You might get a year and a half. So, under the jurisprudence of the United States of Uncle Scam, black lives don't matter because it never did when you trespassed on these holy lands and set up your Ponzi scheme and did what you did. So black lives does matter, not only in this country, but across the planet. Across the planet. And that is what y'all going to have to come to grips with, because we're not talking about the United States of America. We're talking about the whole world right now.
Well, Mandela Khan, first off, people might start believing that as soon as your people start believing it too, right? So anyways, the fact of the matter is I kind of forgot what I was going to say anyways.
My people are revolutionaries. My people don't have no color. So your people, I know you already told us what your people look like, but your people are not my people. My people are revolutionaries. And they are not all
we're
black.
Definitely
they are not all
We're
men.
not even the same species, not even the same genus.
You're
right. We're not anywhere close to, we're not even, So, no, 100%.
I think I got Connecticut on here. I got Bitbanker back on here also. I just wanted to make sure he knew he was back on.
No, I'm all set. I just hung up by accident.
Oh, okay. What are you trying to say? See, you agree. See, you and Jessica agree with each other. Division, separation. You want separation, Mandela Khan, from the Jessica's kind and your kind, and you guys agree with each other. Why can't this work? I don't get it.
I never said anything couldn't work. I said that natural law is practiced by everyone except the people with two legs. Flowers, tulips, and lilies don't grow together. Wildebeest and a topi don't grow together with lions and jackals. They're all life forces. So I didn't say nothing about separation. I said natural law.
Yeah.
That means that whatever me and mine
I
want,
agree with that.
you and yours can't intervene with words, actions, and deeds on what me and mine want. That's all that means, natural law. It ain't got a damn thing to do with I don't like you, you don't like me. I know in order for me and my progeny to have growth and development, we have to be under our own auspices, our own actions and deeds, unhindered, unfettered, without you and your kind trying to tell me what the hell you want. I don't give a damn what you want.
Well, then
that goes both ways, Mandela Khan. That goes both ways. So I agree with it. So.
And what do you get, Mandela Khan, when that happens, Mandela Khan? What do you get? You get
well, the first thing that we get is that you're going to see that, on any weapon that's used to kill the people, Farrakhan's name or Barack Obama or Mandela Khan's name is not on there. It's Smith & Wesson, Luger, Remington, and Browning. Those are your people. So your aircraft carriers and shit, your stealth bombers and your submarines. Ain't no submarine with Mandela Khan on it. Ain't no aircraft carrier with Mandela Khan on it. So I'm not fighting. If I want to physically fight, I don't have a level playing field. Because you said that I don't have a right to have a atomic bomb.
Why don't you have a level playing field? Nobody's restraining you to go out and do what you want to do. We'll make your own guns. Go make your own gun. Stamp it Mandela Khan.
Do we have that? Do we have that stuff? Do me and does Jesco and Joe Gibson have access to those things to impose our will on reality or on creation? We don't.
Yeah. You can go get a tank and a surface-to-air missile anytime you want to. But I better not pick up a goddamn Glock because I got a felony. Okay? So the fact of the matter is, it's a two-tiered justice system.
How would we go about that? How would we go about that? I mean, I would love to know because it's truly not possible for us, same as you. So
if I got a felony on my record, I can't go pick up a Glock.
I think a lot of people would.
I don't know what he's talking about there.
Okay, now here's what you got to lay the map of the world out, because remember, y'all like to say God, but the Creator is the creator of all people on the planet. I want you to tell me one African government that has aircraft carriers, stealth bombers, and submarines to repel any enemy outside of Africa. They don't have it.
So we got to give them Africa. So we got to give them to them. We got to give them aircraft carriers.
You know why? You know why? Because according to the War Powers Act of the Europeans, it's illegal for Nelson Mandela to have some atomic bombs and some Air Force. So they dismantled that shit before Nelson Mandela became president.
And you don't know how to operate them.
Okay.
You know, I mean, so
we don't know how to operate them.
You don't give a 2-year-old a pickup truck to drive.
That's an honest, good answer. That's an honest, good answer coming from you, because we don't know. We're too dumb. We're so ignorant. We don't know how to operate this technological advanced killing machine. You're right,
Every opportunity to learn. You have every opportunity. Listen, African governments can build whatever they want, and Ethiopia does have an army, actually, and they do have an air force. But it's just not highly sophisticated like the Western culture is. So what? You wah. So what do you want? You want us to help go over there and teach you? What do you want?
Why would you need all of those armaments of weapons of mass destruction? I'll tell you why. To
protect us from idiots and whack jobs like yourself.
And it didn't work.
And other countries out there like China and Russia and other people. That's the way the world turns, brother. I know. Hey, look, I want peace on the earth too, just like you. But it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Now, let me interject here for a second. I think both of you are making the classic mistake of equating a government with the people of that country. Like, the federal government is not representative, although they say it's a representative government. It's not representative of the populace and their will and their wishes. It's not. And that goes for every country in the world. Iran, their regime in charge may have all these ideas. That doesn't mean the population agrees 100% and is in lockstep with them. And that's the same here. Okay, so if me and Joe were like, hey, you know what we should do? We should take over Mexico. Why don't we take over Mexico? Oh, let's call up a senator or President Trump and say, hey, why don't we make Mexico part of the United States? We don't have that power. We don't have that capability. It would be sweet if we did. Hey, go do this. Let me call the federal government, and I'm going to tell them what I think needs to be done, and they're going to say, okay, that's what I'm going to do. It's ridiculous. That's absolutely correct. It's a logical fallacy.
You see right here in this election right here, the people don't have a vote. People don't have a vote. They can't choose who's going to be president. I mean, that's quite clear. You have no voice. So you're absolutely right, Jessica, what you said right there. The governments of this world do not do the will of the people.
No, I think it's possible maybe at certain times and certain places that might have happened for people, like they were in lockstep agreement, the government and the people. I think it's possible, maybe, and maybe it's happened before, but it definitely would be something extremely rare nowadays. As a matter of fact, what they do, the only people that are in lockstep agreement on everything is basically all the government officials, the media, foreign governments are all basically in lockstep agreement on most every issue. And so I mean, and what I mean by that is, like, okay, I like to call it the Globo Homo Industrial Complex. And in every single government, state, federal, and international, China, all of them are in lockstep agreement on the Globo Homo Industrial Complex. And if you are to, speak out against it in any way, you are immediately alienated, and you can't be of anyone of real status and power and influence and go against that type of thing. And that's another thing you hear about. Oh, we're all in this together. They always say we're all in this together. Well, who is we? And you know who that is when they're talking about we're all in this together. That's the corporation. That's the government. That's the media. They're all in it together. They're not including the regular average person in that we're all in this together. They're basically telling you we're all in this together, and we're all in this together against you. They kind of leave that part off. They want you to think that you're part of it. Some people are, actually. I mean, if you fall in line with Globo Homo Industrial Complex and their ideology and their values and beliefs, I guess you would fall in line with them. And and another thing is, back last year, I guess it was 2019, I used to say, I was like, it's amazing to me, Trump, the Democrats, the Republicans, the media, and everybody agreed on something. And it was not widely publicized. You would think that would be a monumental occasion when all these entities that seem to be battling each other constantly came to an agreement. And that was about the treaty and the funds that were signed and agreed to with Israel. And, I mean, whether you are for that or against that, it makes no difference. But the fact of the matter is they all agreed. All of them agreed. And you would think, hey, this is pretty, a big occasion. Wouldn't everybody be happy? Hey, we all agreed on something. But it was kind of swept under the rug and not really talked about, which is pretty interesting to me.
I agree with you 100%
another thing
on
is,
that.
And another thing that's interesting to me is I was talking to a family member of mine, and I said, the the whole like mask thing really is one of the most irritating things to me, and honestly, it's kind of changed the way it's changed everything. This whole thing has changed everything about my day-to-day life. And when I start saying, like, I think it's ridiculous, I think it has nothing to do with health and well-being and safety and all that, they say, oh, well, that's because Trump says this and Trump says that. And I'm thinking, well, I don't really know what Trump says about this and that. All I've seen is Trump wearing a mask on TV. As a matter of fact, there was a point in time at the very beginning that Trump called it a hoax, and it was like, yeah, he gets it, he sees it, he's talking about it, but he didn't follow through. Yeah, he mentioned it, but he didn't stop the shutdown. He didn't stop this whole ridiculous mask mandate that has nothing to do with people's health and well-being, which is a huge failure on his part, in my opinion. And and honestly, if they said a vote for Joe Biden would end all this mask and shutdown stuff, I'd vote for Joe Biden in a heartbeat. I didn't vote. I didn't vote for either one of them because I don't consent to it. But honestly, if they would have said, if you vote for Joe Biden and it ends this shutdown and it ends this mask nonsense, I'd have done it. But I think it doesn't matter. Hopefully it goes away no matter what. Eventually, we'll see. But it's ridiculous. And another thing is, when I was talking about that with this family member, and they said, oh, well, you only think that because Trump said this and did that, and you're just following what he says and everything. I said, and I started thinking to myself after that, I said, does Trump sound like me in any – I started thinking, how does Trump sound like me in any way possible? Right? Trump does nothing but pander. He panders to faggots. He panders to non-whites. He panders to illegal aliens. Do I ever do that? Do I ever think that we should be nice to these people that wish to do harm to my people? Do I ever say, oh, it's okay, I think this type of degeneracy is okay, it's great, and we should welcome it, and we want them on our side? I never say anything like that. As a matter of fact, every once in a while he may say something that sounds kind of like me. But, yeah, everybody does, I guess, really. I mean, there's certain things I agree with on everybody about in certain things. But the things that me and him disagree with and the things that we differ on are very big, huge issues.
Well, what do you think, Jessica? If we get a woman Kamala Harris up there as president, what's going to happen to this? I mean, a woman president. I mean, how much trouble are we going to be in?
Well, honestly, okay. I was thinking about this too earlier, and I don't know if you saw this, but I did. There was some sort of controversy. I guess it was yesterday with Kamala Harris in Florida. She did an appearance in Florida, and of course she had a mask on, right? But Laura Loomer was at this particular event, and she started saying that's not Kamala Harris, and upon further inspection, it didn't look like her at all. And the eyes were different, the neck was different, the stance and the posture was different. And I think there's a lot of that going on. And no matter who's in charge, it doesn't matter. They're all actors. They're all puppets. They're all going to continue.
I see 302. I see 320.
In the same direction
next 320.
as always.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jessica.
Well,
I got your friend here from Minnesota. I think wants to get on here. I think it's. Let me see. I'm not sure. I think it's Jamie that wants to come on here. I'm gonna patch her through because we're talking about. We originally started off the conversation with Mandela-Khan's women are going to rule the world, and of course Jessica we know is disagrees with Mandela-Khan on that, of course, because the women out there, they're just we know his views on women. Let's put it that way. They maybe some of them we agree with, most of them we don't. I don't know. We'll see here. Let's go. I think he's had it out with this caller here a couple times. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hello, always a pleasure, Jessica. I do agree with what you were going with there. It doesn't matter who's in leadership; they're all actors. They're all paid actors. On top of it, getting Kamala Harris in there, she can go fucking pop or twat somewhere else because she's a fucking legal liar. Why would we want a legal liar to run our fucking country? So there can be more corruption? I don't fucking think so. That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
Hey, and if I may, let me jump in off what Jessica was talking about, because I noticed that no one except me knows who won the selection yesterday. Not Jessica, not Joe, not Jamie. I mean, y'all just pop it off on some people who not sitting in the seats of the white people's house. And the reason why I say it like that is that y'all under nationalistic jingoism. You don't give a damn about what's happening to the other nations on the planet. For the first time in the history of the whole world, all governments has hijacked the people's sovereignty, integrity, and dignity, and independence, demanding that they stay 6 feet away from each other and wear a mask. That is undemocratic. It takes away the national and international democratic rights of the people, which will be repealed very soon. But we're
not a democratic people, Mandela Khan. We're a republic form of government.
I didn't say nothing about that. That's your orientation. That's your orientation.
No, you got
I won't interfere with your affairs, and I will not allow you to interfere with mine. Now, look at this thing called a stimulus. At a time when people are in great need of finances or something to give them a little a cushion, the cushion the blow of poverty and finances, we got a stimulus, most of us, about 6, 7, 8 months ago. And all of a sudden, we the people, by the people, for the people, we haven't seen not another stimulus yet. So this is not a request. This is a demand. I don't care who you voted for in your local county, city, state, and federal municipality. You demand that these monsters put another stimulus on the table immediately so that people who do believe in Christmas can have a Merry Christmas. For people who do want some drumsticks and some dressing and cranberry sauce running out their ass, you will know. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave. Bring a stimulus package back to the people so at least they can stabilize in this time of great trouble. Y'all busy arguing about who's sitting in the seat.
And you want something for free, Mandela Khan. You want something for free, right? You want free money.
No.
You want a free check.
You're a damn lie. Now, see, this is why you
That's what you just said.
Really one of the most... No, that's not what I just said. The budgets and the appropriations come from our tax dollars. We the people by the people. We're supposed to get a kickback, a stipend. We're supposed to get that.
Income tax check.
If your corporate welfare checks, your corporate welfare bosses, they can give themselves pay raises. They can appropriate and allocate funds to any corporation that they want to.
I can give myself a pay raise too. I'm a business owner. I can give myself a pay raise.
No, I'm not talking about you. You're taking this shit personal. I'm telling you, the people are in trouble, and there's going to be a whole bunch of upheaval.
I agree with you.
There's going to be a whole bunch of upheaval if the people are not giving an economical redress to the current system we enjoy under lockdown, where many people have lost their jobs. Many people don't get that $600 unemployment stimulus that was put forth for one time only. Many people won't get the $1,200, which was a one-time only. One time only? Hell no, we won't go. You talking about some upheaval? You're going to get some upheaval because the people, the natives are restless, Joe and Jericho. The natives are restless.
Well, they
no,
stripped
actually,
us of liberty.
I kind of agree with what he said because, honestly, if they said, if you vote for Joe and he wins or whatever, they'll take away all this ridiculous shutdown, they'll take away the mask, and they'll give you a monthly, what do they call that, UBI? Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat. Because, really, they should have been at least giving us some sort of check every month. Why not? Money's fake anyways. Money is completely fake. It's made up out of thin air. And, why not get some of that? It's fake anyways. And it only has any value because people think it has value. And so, yeah, why not? Give us money because they're giving free money to everybody anyways. They make money out of thin air and give it to everybody besides us. So might as well give it to us, right? So I kind of agree with that, and that's another thing. This whole healthcare debate, people lose their minds over. It's like, who really cares? Because they can. We don't have enough money for this. Well, if you look at the deficit, we don't have money for anything. So, but it doesn't matter.
Giving all these foreign governments billions and billions of dollars, and we get none. Hell no, we won't go.
Yeah.
We're fired up. We mad as hell. We ain't taking no more.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, and who cares? Who wants to go use traditional Western medicine as it sits right now? I mean, I think people would be better off just sitting still and trying to do a healthy diet. They're better off doing that than going to the doctor and getting diagnosed and given medicine and given procedures. I think those things actually do the opposite of their intention. So it's like, you want free health care? Well, who cares? You really don't want that anyways. And, we are going to have huge waiting times and long waits. Well, good. You'll stay away from it. That's a good thing. So, it's really a big point of contention that shouldn't even exist. It doesn't even matter.
Jericho, you're absolutely correct.
Bottom line is, who won the election
a doctor
tonight?
and
What's
a
the
lawyer
truth?
does not cure or heal anything. They treat symptoms. Homeopathic medicine and natural is the way to go. And many of these people who have came forth, many of them have been killed by the American Medical Association and the World Health Organization because they want a monopoly Ponzi scheme over pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals has nothing to do with the health care of the people.
Yeah. No, I actually agree with that. Homeopathic. You remember they used to have doctors that would do house calls. They go, you'd call the doctor up and that's the way it used to be. That's really the way it should be. And they've turned it into like you're a machine, right? And, we got to take you in. We got to carve on you and replace parts and all this drastic stuff, and it's that's not good. That's not natural.
I know, but hang on. I don't want to, Delicon. We're jumping way off subject here. The Republic. We're in trouble here, and we started talking about the matriarch and everything, and then now we're jumping to doctors and machines and stuff. I mean, that's all well and fine, but this election here, who is the next president of the corporation here? Does anyone know for sure out there?
It doesn't matter. The one takeaway you should get from this is it's all fake, it's all manipulated, and they can make it go any way they want to. And the fact of the matter is, how are you going to back check and verify who is right and who is wrong? You can't, and you never will. So all that stuff is presented to you on the screen, just numbers on the screen. You can't verify whether it's factual or whether it's or if it's incorrect. It's just what it is, what they present it to you. And you have to say you agree with it or you don't agree with it. And the fact of the matter is, it could be whatever they want it to be.
So what do we do to fix the problem, Jessica? How do we fix the problem? We all know it's a lie. Well, those of us on the queue here tonight. You're telling us nothing we the people can do. There's nothing we can do.
Nope. No,
That's not what I'm saying.
This, the way it sits right now. What you can do is ignore it. What you can do is you can ignore it and not buy into it. Like I said, it's an act. It's a show that they're putting on, and they want you to buy into it. They want you to believe it and get riled up and get angry and all that. But there's no point in doing that. There's no point in doing that. So.
Hey, listen. Let me say this. Many people go with this, and this is what's the problem. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Isn't it ironic that at this late date, after all we've been through this spring, summer, and the fall, no one knows, all of you political puns, who will sit at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? This is designed to create strife, schizophrenia, chaos, confusion, mischief, and mayhem. It's already been predetermined. Everybody knows who won, those who know, and everybody know that we the people lost. That don't matter. But the point of contention is that at this late date, with all these people who are numerologists and got all these computers and can calculate this and such, you guys don't know who won the electoral vote for a president, number 46, to sit in the white people's house. You know that's some sad shit that y'all don't know.
And no one's going to know anything. No one's going to know anything until December 8th.
Say what?
I said no one will really know anything until December 8th.
Hey,
now that's funny right there.
You want to know who
true.
won the election? I'll tell you who won the election. The Global Homo Industrial Complex. That's who won the election, and it doesn't matter if they give it to Biden or Trump. The Global Homo Industrial Complex won.
I dare you to do this. Y'all go back and play your last 50 years of voting for president. This is the first time that any of you, have ever stood on here 24 hours later and talking like this. You understand me? Y'all don't know, we don't care, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But you're not revolutionary. That's where I come in, and the people's revolution comes in, because it don't matter. It's about the system. The system has to be destroyed, and you're going to get more and more evidence to show you that, yeah, we got to do this. Then we start over, and everything will be all right. No matter what we have after that. Well, Joe always asks, well, what kind of who's on this? No. Everybody is in consensus that this thing got to be destroyed, and we got to do it fast and fiercely, or we have no SOS to save our
souls. Yeah, but
souls.
you're going to destroy it and replace it with what, Mandela Khan? You're talking about women,
I'm
grandmothers, and
your
mothers.
Question because I'm not, because you don't have a legal question. You don't have a legal question. It's not up to me to tell you what.
Sure I do. Because if you try to come and destroy something and you don't have an answer to fix it, then I'm not going to support you. And you come into my area or whatever, I'm going to defend my area.
You're not going to support the matriarch, no way. So it's no use to me talking to you about that.
Well, because I don't even know what the matriarch is. You talk about women and grandmothers controlling the resources of the earth. What does that mean?
Okay, never mind, man. Never mind. I want you to look at the sign of times we live in today. You got a question mark on who is running the local, county, city, state, and federal municipality. We didn't pray, go to school, shoot, or vote our way into oppression, and I'll be goddamn if we're going to use them tools to get free. So anybody that's done pray, went to school, shot, or vote, your ass has lost. You voted for your own oppression. That shit is over. We're going to vote with our feet, out of our seats, into the streets, and the accumulative numbers will put this nation in seizure.
Somebody sent me something here. I'm going to read it. I think it makes a lot of sense, though. It says, morality is a system through which we determine right and wrong conduct, the guide to good or right conduct. Ethics is the philosophical study of morality. What do you think about that?
I'm going to tell you what I know. When it comes to repentance and beneficence, this nation is the worst nation to bring people to the table to get justice. This nation ain't no morality. What the hell are you talking about? Ain't no beneficence or
there are good
repentance.
people. There are moral people in this country. There are moral.
I didn't say nothing about the people. You are talking about the leadership and government. There is no ethics and morals and honor.
System. It's a corporation. Yes, we know the system is broken. We know that the system.
You're talking about the United States of America. I'm talking about the people of the world. We're talking about two different things.
The world. I don't care about the rest of the world. I don't care about China. I don't care about Russia.
I know you don't.
America.
I know you don't. It's evident on how you treat the other people. We know that. Therefore,
I don't treat them anyway. They can stay over. Like George Washington said, friends with listen. Friends with all, alliances with none. Okay, listen, they can do whatever they want over there. Just don't come over here and attack us. Okay, you know, listen.
What we're saying,
it's not my business what China does.
What our revolutionaries are saying is to hell with your Declaration of Independence, your Bill of Rights, and Constitution, because all you care about is your jingoism.
So you don't like the Constitution? You don't like the founding documents? Well, they're not
in control right now
anyway, Mandela Khan.
Do you know what the word jingoism?
Really
do you know what the word jingoism means? Do you know what the word jingoism means? Jingoism means that all you care about is my God, my country. God bless America. To hell with everybody else. That's why your asses is going down, Joe.
God's not
That's
blessing
why your
America,
asses
that's for
is
sure.
going down.
So, but I do care about my country. Yes, I do, and I do care about my
God
my,
bless
the
America.
people here.
God bless America. God
Okay,
bless
that's
America.
well,
That's what
okay,
we
agree on
world
that.
are
You're
saying.
right. God isn't here no more. Okay, that's fine. All right, but the point of the matter being is that we're in trouble in this country. We have a system right now that's corrupt, that's not working. Our elections are obviously now broken completely. We can all see that now. I knew it. We knew it before, but now we all can see it. So now what do we do to fix it? What's the answer? You're talking about the matriarch. What kind of answer is that? Class action 567. What's a class action 567? What's that, a lawsuit? What are you talking about?
It don't matter. Figures don't lie and lies don't figure. It's a mathematical equation. If you put people together, add and multiply, we will become exceedingly great. If you try to divide, separate, and subtract, you are evil, no good bastard.
So what we're going to do, Mandela, because we are
arguing
arguing here for over an hour already. This is what America is going to do, is we're never going to get nowhere to find any solutions whatsoever.
The case of the people. I have not been arguing. I've been putting the case of the people on the table. And I know you don't like it.
We're going to continue to argue amongst ourselves and care only about our individual problems in our individual small, tiny bubbles that we live in. And America will continue to crumble and crumble and crumble until, you know what, we will get our one world order. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen.
The new kids on the block don't have a right to bring no new world order. It's the old world order that's in total recall. The old world order is what you forgot. And I'm going to help you remember.
It is an old world order. You're absolutely right, but they call it the new world order. Listen, we're not going to get a history of the name of why they call it that.
Is in total recall. The new world order, finito, finished. It has no social moral.
There's no matriarch, Mandela Khan. The women and the grandmothers are not going to take control over the planet's resources and start controlling the oil wells.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Joe.
And everything. They're not going to control it.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. If you got anything to do with it, but fortunately, it's out of your delusional hands.
I don't see anyone else but you up here talking about the matriarch. I don't see anyone else. I don't see anyone.
So what?
When I go up pump my gas tomorrow morning with my truck, or I go to work or whatever, I don't hear anybody talking about matriarch. Okay. I know they're going to be talking about Trump and Biden.
Is that what they're going to be talking about? Well, they did just like you. If that's what they're going to be talking about.
My point being is nobody knows about your matriarch, and I've asked you 50 times already tonight. What is it? What does it stand for? What is it about? And you can't give me an answer.
That's okay. That's not true, but that's okay, man. You can try to slander, and you can try to kill the messenger to hell with the message.
Maybe Jamie can answer that question. What do you know about this matriarch, or what do you think? What do you think the solution is? Or Jessica, what's the solution? What can we do to fix the problems that we are now facing in America, because our republic is broken? Our American way of life, obviously, is just taking another shot in the arm, another nail in the coffin. It's just been hammered down, and we're in trouble. Can anyone offer a solution instead of other than the matriarch, or tell me about the matriarch or something?
You're desperate.
No.
You're desperate, man.
Yeah, I am. I would like some answers. I don't want to hear this. One caller called in tonight and he said, you know what, maybe it was better off we never fought the Revolutionary War and England just stayed in control. That's a good answer, actually. Because everyone they just don't understand what freedom is, or what freedom is all about. We're slaves compared to the founding fathers, how they were free back then. You think about it. We're technically slaves. They were so free back then that for what they fought. I mean, just think about how free the people were back then. Wouldn't you enjoy that freedom today? I mean, wouldn't you want to be educated like them and understand the land, understand nature, understand the world, understand everything like they understood it and enjoyed their freedom? Wouldn't you want that freedom back today? Or do you want to be enslaved and listen to this nonsense and psychobabble nonsense and this information age that's brainwashing us with all this nonsense, this hypnotism nonsense? Or what do you want? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I put that question out there for people, and people can't answer it. They can't, because you don't know what you want, because you live in your own little world.
Yeah, well, you can say that, but what people really want is to have some sustenance to take care of themselves and their families, which Mother Earth always yield, and to be left to hell alone. That's what people want. But, of course, with people like you, we can't have that, because we got to have that authoritarian oligarchy ruling over us. He got everything under control. Garbage. scapegoat.
No, I don't want anybody getting by. Listen, I want everybody left alone too. That's fine. But how do you leave people alone that don't even know how to wipe their own ass? You go up to, you tell people govern yourselves out there. What are they going to do? They're going to kill each other. They don't know how to act. So what are you going to do? So, you have to educate the people first. How are you going to do that? How are you going to start educating people today? It's even though the information age is right there at our fingertips, we still would rather look at pornography and look at social media than look up information that's going to help us in our day-to-day lives, right? So how are you going to save the people? How are you going to do it? You can't. You can't. Man does not have the answer. Yeah, man does not have the answer. Neither does the woman either. So, there's no answer.
Well, look, as long as you live a lie, you're right. You don't have the answer. But you always heard from the older people, you will know the truth and the truth will make you free. The problem is that very few people are willing to stand up for the truth. But many more people are now trying to find out what it is. And once they do, oh boy, it's just a matter of time now. Just a matter of time.
I think most people do understand. They do understand a lot of the
past of history. The only good thing about history, the good old days, is that they're dead and gone. The only thing that exists now is now to the future. What are we going to do to save ourselves and our family and our children? That's the only thing that matters.
It looks pretty scary to me. It looks pretty scary to me, the future. It looks pretty scary because, you know what, we have no plan for tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is not, everyone says, people can't see past next Wednesday. People have enough money to survive past tomorrow, better yet today. So what tomorrow, the future looks pretty scary to me.
Okay, well, from your glass half empty, the pessimist view, I have another view, the eternal optimist, the glass is half full, because of social media, there are many people who are coming to grips with, hey, something is really, really wrong here, wherever you are on the planet Earth, and what can we do to make it right? There's a multitude of people looking, and they are inquiring minds want to know what's real, what's the real truth. Many more people are doing that, and they're not on TV through the FCC. That I assure you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Is Jamie still out there? You still out there, Jamie? I don't know if you're still out there. Listen. All right.
I'm here.
Well, what do you think of those questions? Obviously, me and Mandela Khan settled down there. I don't know if Jessica's still there or not. What's the answer here? What's the answer to solving? I mean, do we just continue to live our individual lives and let these criminals be in charge of everything and continue their game of chess without a cause and basically run us into the ground and they achieve their global government, because that's what they want, and and control us? What do we do? How do we get back our sovereign rights or our sovereign being or our sovereign selves? How do we get back our individual rights? What do we do?
I don't have an answer for that either, but I am on the page with Medelicon there when it comes down to the pursuit of happiness and who takes care of you, but what you put into the earth you get back.
What you put into the earth, you get back? What do you mean, as far as what? Planting, like what? You plant like a tree, you get back fruit? Is that what you're saying? The seed?
Yep.
The sower of the seed? I mean...
Yep.
Okay. Well, the Bible kind of talks about that too. But as far as controlling the world's resources, he's talking about women and grandmothers controlling the resources of the world. And that's the answer. How does that happen? How do you get the women and grandmothers to control the resources of the world? Well, first of all, the most important resource of the world, according to most, I'd say everybody, is what? Oil. So let's just say oil, Medelicon. How are you going to control the oil fields across the planet? How are the women and grandmothers going to do that? He doesn't have an answer.
Well, you can't ban
yes,
fracking.
I do. First of all, you're wrong. Melanin is $493 a gram.
All right,
the adrenochrome is $1 billion. Gold, diamond, silver, and oil is way down the list. Way down the list. The number one commodity on Mother Earth is Mother Earth herself. Number 2 is the women. Number 3 are the children. Number 4 are the men. And they're worth more than any gold, diamond, silver, and oil. And you're talking about under capitalism and what you put on as a price index to see who can control the spoils, but you are ruling out the number one commodity on Mother Earth.
You know, this has been tried before. This Mother Earth belief, where women are the women.
No! I won't let you do that. I won't let you do that. You're slandering. I won't let you do that. You can't do that.
It's been tried. It's through history.
No. It was already here. Yes. Until got the whole world until Atlas came.
Read The Two Babylons by Andrew Hislop, or The Woman That Rides the Beast by David Hunt. It'll give you a good history lesson there, Mandela Khan. Give you a good history lesson.
That's a new piece of legislation that you just read, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. You don't know that the earth was all one at one time, and no man, black or white, controlled not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Okay?
Yep.
And that is what you are hiding, because you didn't steal the earth from black people. You stole the earth from the mothers. And then you put in your Ponzi scheme under the Pope.
Who stole the earth? Who stole the earth?
The King of England and the Pope
King of England
gave you religion and stole the birthrights from the people under a belief. A belief has nothing to do with the truth. You believe this. Somebody believes
what
that.
Belief?
But
what
it's
belief,
not true.
Mandela Khan? What belief? What belief are you talking about?
Whatever you believe, whether you're a Hebrew Israelite, a Moor, Muslim, or Christian, it's not real. It has nothing to do with the people's international democratic right.
That's fine. I have proof. I have proof that says it is real. Now what?
Yeah. I can prove that Santa Claus, Casper the Friendly Ghost, and Uncle Scam
I'm not talking
are
about
real
Casper
too.
Friendly Ghosts. I'm talking about what you're talking about.
Yeah,
where's your proof at?
My proof is recorded in her story, not history. History hid it.
Where's her story written? I've never read her story. Can I read her story? Can you direct me to her story?
The proof is this. Here's where you're wrong in your proof.
Again,
in your
he doesn't answer
orientation from your religion, the only deity that you know is male-dominated. And that's a damn lie. Okay? No Father, Son, Holy Ghost. That's a damn lie. Okay?
Okay.
How can you write out of history her, the creator herself, to where there is no mother, father, and child? The real Holy Trinity. The real Holy Trinity is mother first, father, and most children born are not born.
You're giving it
so
from a
you
man's
are living a lie.
Yeah, you're giving it from a man and a humanistic perspective. This mother created all things, okay?
No,
that's a humanistic.
I'm taking away from what you stole. I'm taking away from what you stole.
Nothing.
There is no he that got the whole world in his hands. There is no Atlas that's holding the world on his shoulders. You know damn well that's not. But you're going to believe in Uncle Scam, Casper, and Santa Claus, and this other thing that you're throwing out there as though, I got God in the country. I got the truth. And you know damn well it's a lie. You don't even believe that shit yourself.
Look, I do believe in my country. I do believe I believe my country has lost its way, and for a long time now. Okay. Now, do I blame my country for European invaders and all that stuff? No, I don't. Do I blame my country for slavery? Slavery, well, of course, was a terrible thing, but it's happened to all people around the globe. Many peoples were enslaved throughout the history of the world. Okay? Yes, it's true. It's true, Mandela Khan. So stop crying, okay, and knock it off about the slavery thing. And not, and it's just, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You have,
Okay,
it's just,
well, let's go to your
it.
God, this God that you give all this credit to. Now, if this
what about
omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, divine intelligence that rules over the affairs of all men, who's good, right? The Creator's good, the Creator's great. What makes you think that this divine intelligence would use your moral, immoral ass to fight for God and country? Why, you sick bastard. You
God
for
created,
God don't need your ass to fight for God and country.
God created man in his own image. God created, he said, let us create
so
man.
Now
let
you
us create man in his own image. That's
God,
the Holy Spirit. And God.
So you're telling me that God created you to fight for God, right? You're a sick man.
God doesn't want me to fight for him. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Fight for God? What are you talking about?
Well, okay. So now I'm going off in the left field.
He sent his only begotten Son to do that, to die, and we have eyewitness testimony to him living and walking this earth and being crucified and an empty tomb. What do you have? Well, you're going to tell me it's all lie. Roman archives. It's all lie. It's all
Here's where you lost
right?
again. Here's where you lost again. You and your fake doctor.
That's right. George Washington never existed either. There's nobody alive today.
Here's where you lost.
So he never existed.
Look, let's put it like this. Now, just say I'm Christ, and then my Father sent me. Do you think I'm gonna let y'all execute me? I'll slaughter your whole motherfucking village.
That's how much That's how much He loved.
Okay.
God loved the world so much that He gave His only begotten Son for you and the rest of the world. Now, whether you believe in Him or not, and that's why it's so bad for you not to believe in Him. That's why you'll go to hell for not believing in Him.
I ain't gonna take no
because that's what God did.
Okay. So you're not going to put me on no motherfucking sacrifice
and say
that I'm
You
God's
don't have
son.
to believe in God.
Because if I'm God's son and I'm God,
gives you
I'm going to
free
slaughter
will.
all your asses. You understand me?
What kind of God would He be if He didn't give you free will? What kind of God would He be if He just told you to believe Him and worship Him? What kind of God would He be? He'd want a bunch of robots running around. Come on.
Okay. Well, you don't believe what you say because in your own book it tell you fear only the Creator. But you fear Uncle Scam.
It's amazing how people who don't believe in God know more about believing in God than I do. It's just amazing.
I don't believe, feel, thought, or have opinions. I know I have divine wisdom of the Creator herself. You damn right I don't believe, or I don't have no thoughts or opinions. I don't believe none of that garbage. That's your shit.
I know you don't.
That's your shit.
I know. That's fine. That's fine. You have that right. You have that right, and isn't that great about America? You go over to Saudi Arabia and start spouting this off. You know what happens? They'll cut your head off. So maybe we should start thinking about America first, huh?
The people of the world don't believe in what you believe in. They believe in what they believe in.
Go over to all these other countries over there, and talk about what we're talking about right now. See if you don't end up in prison. You don't end up beaten and tortured.
Okay.
And murdered.
Well, you go back to Europe.
Isn't America a wonderful place?
Okay. Well, you go back to Europe and set up your Ponzi scheme over there and see what happens.
I'll stay right here where I was born. I'll stay right here where I was born.
Okay. So you can't tell me to go to the other country or how they're going to mistreat me. I'm going to be treated so bad because this is the greatest country on the planet, Mandela. This is the greatest thing ever.
It is the greatest country on earth right now. It is. Name another country where you enjoy such freedom. Name it. Come on.
This is where you're delusional and you're schizophrenic.
Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. Am I not saying this country is corrupt, this government is broken?
There are a multitude of nations where people are living in peace and harmony.
Where?
And
where, Mandela? Tell me where.
You can go to South Central America, some places where they never seen a European.
South Central
you can go to
America.
Africa, some places that they've never seen a European.
Where? Where in Africa?
You can go up in China. It's still where people never really seen a European. You can go to India and places where people never seen a European. So when you look at what you're talking about, from what I'm talking about, you're talking about the micro vision from your God. I'm talking about the macro vision.
Let's send Mandela Khan to China, and I want him to do a
blog
talk show over there.
I'm talking about the micro vision from the Creator, and you're talking about the micro vision from your God and country. So you don't see the same picture I see. Your spectacles are different from mine. That's okay.
Mandela Khan, you're just spouting off nonsense now. Come on, you can't go to China and talk about the things that we're talking about here.
According to you, it's nonsense, and according to you, you got ethics and morals and honor. So you're a genius and you're Einstein. I'll give you that. From your view, I'll give you that because you honestly believe your lies is the truth. Ain't no problem. I have no problem with it.
What lies did I tell you tonight? Mandela Khan, we got closing thoughts to tonight's podcast as always, so we got to wrap it up here. So we got to give closing thoughts. Everyone gets 3 minutes, I guess, uninterrupted. So let's go. Florida, you still out there, Florida? You want closing thoughts? Florida's still there. I know he's there. Florida.
Yeah.
He's listening because he's got his mic open. Florida. Sleeping maybe. All right, Jessica, you still there? What's the matter? Everybody wants to run away. Everyone wants to go run away, but they leave the phone on.
Here.
All right, give your closing thoughts, man, to tonight's podcast. Go ahead, 3 minutes, uninterrupted. Don't anybody interrupt him, please.
Okay, you were asking what people can do to fight against this craziness. I think the best thing anybody could do is unplug, disconnect from this reality that's presented to us on TV, the internet, wherever. Disconnect from it. Don't pay attention to it because it only exists on the screens. It only exists, out there beyond where you are. And really, all that stuff could be manipulated and forged and made to look any way that they, whoever they is, want it to look like, right? So the best thing you can do is not pay attention to it, right? And focus on yourself and your own family and all that type of stuff. That's the only thing you can do, and that's the only thing that you should do, and everything else is a distraction. And it's meant to aggravate and all that type of stuff, and just don't fall for that trap. Because honestly, if you were to turn off all the news and information, if you were to turn it off and like unplug from it all, how would your life be different, right? I mean, in times past, in just years past, 2019 and before that, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. I guess the only thing that's really changed is this whole shutdown and the whole mask thing, and that you would be forced to have to deal with that. But other than that, nothing really changes, according to what they say. So there's no point in even paying attention to it. And they want us distracted, right? And they, it's just a bunch of nonsense. So
I hear you. Okay. All right, go ahead, Mandela. Go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you as always calling in. You stayed with me for most of the show tonight. That's pretty good, man. Jamie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. I agree with Jessica. Just live life like you're supposed to. Just keep going. Straightforward. We don't know what's to come. I mean, there's a big overall overhaul happening within the next 2 years. Obviously, we know that. There is a reason for the shutdown. Now it's going to be the process of getting it done.
Yeah.
Just live your everyday life. Keep moving forward. I don't know. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, man. All right, Jamie. Always thank you for participating in the show. Mandela Khan, go ahead. Give your closing thoughts, please. We're all interested in hearing that, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're at the right place at the right time in the right season for the right reason. There's nothing under the sun. Nothing can stop something whose time has come. And everyone, don't take a word I say as truth. According to the sign of the times we live in today, I want you to judge and be the jury and executioner of you, yourself, and your family, and your children. We need a SOS right now. SOS to save ourselves, to save our soul. And whatever's happening, it won't be over until we, the people, by the people, for the people, come together with accountability, assets and assets, a AAA insurance plan for humanity, not for a car. Accountability, assets, and assets. And you're going to have a multitude of people. That's why I say I demand, not a request, for you to have a change of heart and choose a new way of life. You must throw out what you thought, felt, believed, or your opinion because of the sign of the times we live in today. And you must choose a new way of life or your ass is done. There is no other way. Everyone knows that what we are participating in is not right. Everyone knows that it's wrong. But very few of us know how to bring in the recall. And a recall is the honorable contract to change the reality that we are confronted with. And again, I don't want no one to, don't take a damn thing I say as truth. Do what you do based on what you see going down at the moment. And for the first time in the history of the whole planet, everything must be overturned. And we, the people, by the people, for the people, are the majority. And the last time I checked, the whole earth is a pluralistic society. And the majority will rule at the end time rule of the wicked. This is not the end of the world. This is the end of the rule of the wicked. And they're desperate. And they're going to attempt to do everything to try to perform more genocide, atrocities, war crimes, cruel and unusual punishment, and specific crimes against women and children. That's so appalling, offensive, and reprehensible that only my network can put it on the table. But I'm only putting it on the table for you to remember what you forgot or don't want to recognize. All power to the people, no power to the sheeple. The matter is closed. I rest her case right there.
All right, Mandela, thank you. Well, tonight was a good show. We kind of covered like all kinds of bases, but I always say it in the opening. I always give the intro, so you got to go back and listen to that. I don't want to repeat myself, but a lot of new callers came in. I want to thank Jamie for participating in the show. Mandela, of course, interesting debate. Our little squabble there in the beginning was pretty good. Our exchange, but it's to make people understand what's really going on out there, and maybe wake people up and get them motivated to be involved and do something positive to help the people. And because the people in our country today are very much in trouble. Look around. Obviously, we're in trouble. So we have to understand the times in which we live today, and that's the title of the show. So anyway, thank you. God bless. Take care, and be safe out there.
All power to the people, no power to